it for my... And we are starting off.
Let's go down for a pack of smoke.
Well, we will never see him again.
Yeah. Wow, that is actually a really convenient item to get at the start of the game. Bombs.
Absolutely. Considering that it's going to be the fighter sword, that the first item, we will not have to farm anything. And also one crystal in the light world, while we had also green.
It was crystal 7 in desert, green pendant on Hera, and blue pendant over at Eastern Palace. So we are at least required one of the 3 magic medallions.
Yeah, I really like it when it is green pendant Hera, because that won't take too long. There are not too many checks to do, and if you are required to beat Moldorm, it goes generally pretty.
Yeah. Then we got some 20 rupees here as well. I mean, money is not that important to get in Escape, but it does help you with your routing decisions later on. Pretty much a safe bet that if you find 100 rupees, you're going to Kakariko to buy the bottle merchant item, and maybe some more bombs if you find an extra pack.
Yep.
So for those of you who may have not seen the randomizer recently, because it was pretty much a custom settings throughout the fall tournament, standard mode out here, we are basically playing the game as it's intended. Wow! Hello!
The boots! What are those?
Well then, things are going to speed up quite significantly here. But yes, standard mode. Let's get back on topic here. Standard mode, basically, you start at the Link's house, you gotta go through the escape sequence here. And yeah, you get a few free items as a result because of your progression through it. Bombs aren't necessarily required, but getting those 3 items at the very end before you get up to the sanctuary is more helpful than most.
And we got also the small key here that we need later for the sewers. So that means that we are looking at a lot of items.
Yeah.
So we are probably going to see some NMG strats coming up here against the chain guard.
Yeah, pot strats. I personally like stepping forward just a little bit to actually spawn the guard and get him moving towards the pots. That way I kill him in such a way that as I'm walking to pick up the key, it just drops into my hands before I reach the door. I don't know if that's faster or not, but it's just something I like doing.
Yeah, me too. I'm usually using the pot strats when it comes to the chain guard. But Zelda is a little special here because of we might not get a lamp before heading to the sewers. She has the lamp, so the light source for us, so we can be able to get through the sewers.
Yeah. In standard mode only, we are given a free cone of light for the escape sequence that just alleviates the early lamp and force upon us. Although, some humorous thing I've seen once, the lamp has been in the dark room as a result. And it's only because of standard.
Yeah, standard be standard. I am probably gonna expect that we will find a book soon because of getting those boots, because then we could enter desert very early.
Yeah, enter does not necessarily clear because we need a fire source and the gloves.
But that could be the interesting curveball, we're getting that early book and then not being able to clear out this. Otherwise, if you don't get the bomb, there is where you generally tend to farm them, just before these crops.
Yeah, the ropes in particular can have a few bombs in their possession. They're in a different enemy prize pack than the rats and the guards. And the best part about this, the boots here? They don't have to use a bomb. They can just bonk the wall open, and you can see right there, synchronized in Illis and P-Train.
Really synchronized, definitely.
Yeah, 5 rupees.
And we find our first ballon, meaning that they can route Ticket in with his first Kakuiko check.
Yeah, this is a very strong contender for a Kakariko opening, if I ever thought of one.
And Ilios and P-Train still very, very synced.
So we saw them out, we saw this key, so this side chest has an item for us. What is inside the sanctuary chest? Just a heart piece.
And yeah, sub 6 because of that boot, they're very quick escapes it.
Yeah. The boots don't save a ton of time getting earlier rather than later. Maybe about 3 to 5 minutes overall at most. But again, very helpful to have them. And we're seeing pretty much the standard opening here in standard mode, no pun intended. Check the poultry, check the bush order crab. Poultry's magic, and then check Aga 1 in the lumberjack cave. And today, it's not... Okay, so that is telling it's the magic cape. That is normally one of the items you need for Aga. Now, don't assume that Aga is dead, folks. We have fixed the logic here in the recent in weeks. Aga is still in logic with 2 swords now. As are
that
the
tablets. That is an irritating item, just because that one can lock stuff as well.
Yeah. Agas will be required if Bumper Cave has progression. And if Aga is required for Darkhold access, we need to find a Master Sword. So nothing else, we'll have at least a decent amount of combat going up the tower. We won't be forced to do fighter sword strats. Alright, so we're starting Kakariko here on Illis's end. I didn't see what was in the drop-down. We'll catch it on Etium's end here.
It was a piece of heart.
Okay, so piece 3, I believe. And we're getting a healthy amount of rupees here.
And the bow!
Well, and the Moon Pearl! Alright, there's my idea shot down. Pun intended, I guess. I didn't think of it until just now.
But yeah, getting a bow really early can be a really bad thing, because that could mean that you will have to get to complete Eastern. Because even that one is a pendant, that is not a fun one.
Well, Eastern is at least one of the faster dungeons with boots. And hey, the well gives you some ammunition for the bow. Wow. Alright, they're set on money.
A lot of rupees in Kakariko Well.
Yeah, they are set on money. All 4 runners doing the same routing here as well. Okay, they've already filled their quiver. It hasn't even been, what, a minute? Since getting that bow?
This was a pretty quick quiver stack. And the second ballon in Chicken Coop as well.
Wow, that makes the one you found in the backside of Escape kind of irrelevant. Even if we didn't have the bombs, even if we didn't have the boots. Still gave you a bottle.
Well, you could be a total noob like me and use that bee against the moth, but that's...
Oh, it's a gold bee too. Oh no!
Oh, poor P-Train.
So, folks, what P-Train was trying to do was sell the bee to the merchant, which gives him 100 rupees. but it can interact itself to the windmill, so you have to be a little bit careful.
Otherwise, we have not seen a lot from Kakariko.
Yeah, relatively dry Kakariko. A lot of money, the bow, the move rope, but not much else.
And the triple bombs on Library, which was definitely one of the places I think we would see something, just because we got those very, very early.
And the race game has first 20 rupees, so Kakariko not paying out that much.
Well, you had 2 out of the necessary items you have to get in every one of the seats, so some little bit payoff. We are gonna see Ilios here taking out Lake Hylia Island, which today contains a hard container.
Yeah, that is a fairly common check the way that they did it.
And we're looking like we are gonna have Eastern Palace check here.
We'll see if anyone decides to take the South Shore route instead.
P-Train is.
Yeah, so we'll get a nice little bit of divergence here. Alright, 3 items behind Sahasra's house. 5 bombs and more arrows. So PJ is the only one diverging here amongst our featured 4.
And other Horde of rupees for P-Train.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And it looks like Ilios is gonna head into Eastern.
I mean, it's a sensible play. All you are missing is the lamp, but if you know your dark rooms, who cares about the lamp and logic, really?
Yeah, these dark rooms aren't the hardest, really. They are one of the easiest one in the game.
Yeah. I kind of rate them in like an easy difficulty, and Pod is kind of an intermediate difficulty.
Oh, P-Train is not doing South Shore. He's heading over to Desert.
Makes sense. Check your Desert Ledge, and today it's a Master
Sword!
Ooh, okay, now the question is, where's our book? That is great information for P-Train.
That is huge.
Meanwhile, I missed the first chest in Eastern.
It was a big key.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Agina has the hammer! Whoa!
Oh my
P-Train! Sniffing out that progression! Bloodhound over here. And he's not done. He's going for the other side of South Shore.
His routing so far has been a real big gamble handing over to Desert so early, but it paid off so heavily.
I mean, it makes perfect sense in hindsight, because if you go from Dam over to Mini Molorm, you're isolating Agina. And Agina is one of the most common places that you can get progression ever.
I do usually see people who decide to do that, does Mini Molorm, then the Dam, then head over to Desert. But that does isolate Ice Rod Cave as well.
And we got our first of many hints here in version 30. A piece of heart requires the hook shot.
We find silvers in Mini Molorm Cave.
Silvers in Mini Molorm Cave. Wow. P-Train is getting all the good items. And P-Train has also got a nice health total here as well.
Yeah, he has been getting a lot of stuff. He could, if he decides to do a fake flipper, he will be able to check a lot of stuff after sword on this. And he finds the... There is our Dark World access.
Well, well, well. P-Train just destroyed the seed wide open.
And he is gonna do the water walk. So he can take a lot of stuff here. He can decide to hunt up the hobo, which looks like he might do. No, he's gonna go directly up to Sora, be able to take that waterfall cave, and then see what's on the Sora ledge, and as well deal with the scammer himself, Sora.
Yeah, he's gonna start by checking cave here, which gives him a heart container and a piece of heart. Because he's in a walking state when he entered, he's gonna be in a walking state when he leaves. Which is important because now he gets his speed. Door ledge is only a 20 rupee piece. And everyone's now doing the South Shore loop, but P-Train has already broken through.
And the flute as well! What is this from P-Train?
He has found the line here. We'll see if he can keep up this momentum.
What kind of deal has P-Train done to get all of this information?
I think he read the seed perfectly here. Because even though the bow was available, without a lamp, Eastern was not a viable play, and he made an excellent call.
Yeah. And as I said before, getting a super early bow kinda is like a little bit of a bait.
Yeah, and it was indeed.
It looks like he is gonna enter the Dark World here through Wheelers of Outcast. It is gonna be a question here about when is the other runners gonna head over to desert, because right now that is what they need to do, and we see that there are the red crystals in Thieves Town and Pod, and the last pendant is in Ice Palace, so pretty nice considering what we need.
Yeah, but more importantly, we now know that the flute is also required, so that just makes P-Train's play even more valuable.
We are gonna see the other runners so slowly catching up as they are doing the fake flippers. However, fake flippers is so dangerous to do when it comes to the randomizer.
Yeah, we saw the hobo as well, and it looks like it wasn't anything.
And P-Train being grabbed by the Wall Master.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, it happened to the best of us. But if there are any new ones in that's checking out today, fake flippers basically work that the game checks for one frame if you have the flippers when I enter the water. If you're able to screen transition into another screen, the game will never check if you have the fake flippers. However, that comes with the side effect that if you get hit, the game doesn't know where to put you. So you will be instantly game over. In the real game, that would result in a soft lock.
Correct. And we're seeing the bottles being filled here on Michael K. and Illis from the fairy fountain. And it's a free red potion, so pretty alright deal there.
But we will see our runners get the flute here pretty quickly. Getting flute actually isn't too bad for them because they will eventually head over to desert because of that is one of their flight points. It's either that or heading up Death Mountain, but we can't do too much up there.
Yeah, can't do much except check the hint and get maybe 1 or 2 more items from the old man. And it's looking like both of our items here in Skullwoods are fire rock locked.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get a hover from P-Train. He gets over but gets baited down by the mini Moldorm. He's gonna do a bomb jump.
Oh.
Do you know actually how the hover works? Because I'm a little bit unsure about the frame count.
Well, first off, both items are locked in the back of pod or Scolvins here, but yeah, I actually do know how the hover works. It's literally you need to press A for a frame, then release A for a frame, and you need to repeat that throughout the entire hover. So it is a string of frame perfect inputs.
We are now gonna see if Agavon is required. It isn't because it is a piece of heart. But yeah, hover is so tough, and you basically need a controller. Me, as I'm playing on emulator and use a keyboard, I can never hope to be able to do that.
Yeah. You have your inputs had to be perfect, and there's flippers from Illis, which was everything that was in the waterfall and logic, as is Hobo. Sea House just has its hiding smiths. Let's go. All right, we have a jet seat here. P-Train's found the line. He's on the. He doesn't found the line. He's on the bloody bullet train at this point.
Yeah, blink and this seed is over.
And with these down being a required dungeon, gonna go ahead and dive right in.
It looks like it was only cash in Pyramid Fire from what I got from that hint.
Oh, there was a. Oh, the switch around. It was red. I missed it. I'll take another look here on Michael K's end. Big key found for P-Train. Yep. Cash and cash at Pyramid Ferry. That is what that hint said.
That actually is really unfortunate considering that there are two very easy dungeons to do. If you can do dark rooms for those red crystals, that's really unfortunate here that it's not anything important.
Well, Ill's now with a hammer. Edium now the second runner in Dark World.
Yeah.
So something we need to consider here, because this is an afterthought. We have a required swamp, but our flippers were on the old man. That means the entirety of swamp is lamp locked. Now
that is not fun to hear at all.
Well, it just means that our lamp can't be any. If there's any progression in swamp, it's not going to lead to the lamp.
We are going to get a high page check here from Ilya. What? I didn't see the hint.
A unique item is in the castle. That is probably the boot sit right there.
Oh. And the ice rod in Hype Cave.
Nice find for Illis. That check will not go ignored for most of the runners. It's just a matter of when they go to check it.
We also had the blue boomerang there. Otherwise, there was not anything important there. So I would say that's probably a 7 because of that ice.
9. 9 for me. And I say that purely because the ice rod is one of the hardest items to find if you're needing a turtle rock. It can hide anywhere. So knowing that you have it in hand for a required turtle rock, that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing.
Definitely is a good thing. The reason why though is that I wanted to see more out of Hype Cave. That's generally it.
Yeah.
Considering that we are looking at the jet seed here. And we have a very early pod check here from Ilya.
Illis is gonna play the boat side. I mean, there's a lot of checks that are not lamp locked. Roughly about half. And look at this from P-Train here. You'll notice that he doesn't have the small key, which means we have a one-to-one logic going into effect. The small key has locked itself in the big chest.
That is always nice to see.
Now, you can... Now, assuming you use your keys in the worst way possible, you can still open the big chest. But as a result, the boss tier blind is hammerlocked.
Yeah.
It's a very niche scenario, but it comes into play when you're trying to figure out where your hammer is, and you might be thinking Pyramid Fairy. We already know if the hammer is, of course, but if we didn't, we at least knew that it wasn't behind the pyramid.
A very beautiful fight from P-Train for that blind. And we also saw the logic layout here for Pod, which is basically the dream with getting a lot of keys at the beginning, because then you do not have to go back and forth inside of this temple.
Yeah.
And there is the lamp! What a perfect position for that one as well.
Yeah, that just cleans up very nicely. It kind of requires a bomb. That could be anything, really. A lot of items require bombs.
I am looking at Graveyard Ledge for that one. I'm getting a tummy feeling for that.
I don't know if that's actually in the pool for requires a bomb. I know it's in the pool for its own hint, which is above the pose. I don't know. I'll have to restudy the listed. I think there is sort of a hint system 101 that was posted somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It can also be on the Death Mountain in Paradox Cave.
That is also a valuable option. There's the mirror on Stumpy! Alright, well,
P-Train has no access to the mountain.
Well, more importantly, P-Train has access to the Master Sword.
Yeah.
And I think that's what his routing in here is. He's gonna do the Smith Loop right now while he's in the area.
Very smart idea. So we are probably gonna see item dashing here from P-Train.
Yeah. So, items were still required, fine. We're missing the hook shot. We are missing the Cane of Samaria. We're missing the Fire Rod. And we're missing one, maybe two medallions for Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, depending if they're not the same. Armaselli only having a compass.
According to the chat, P-Train missed Cave 45. I did not see that, if it actually went.
He did miss Cave 45, but on the on-foot route to Purple Chest, you picked that up along the way.
At the same time, he has the mirror. He can just mirror and flute over to the dam.
He could. But P-Train is a very confident runner. He's probably going to check it on the way. And then afterwards flute to 6 and go to Misery Mire, check the medallion, mirror up to Backdoor Desert and get his Master Sword while he's at it.
Yeah. And we see Ilius also setting up the Death Warp.
Yeah, no mirror makes Spot a very tricky dungeon route. And yeah, there he goes. He's going for Eve Salva Grove right now.
He did not check the whole way, but because of the logic, there would be just a small key there.
No, he already checked on Marcel way.
Okay. I did not see that. And also Horde for him waiting at K45.
Yeah, it was his full cleared pod. So right now, the only check that P-Train is leaving isolated is Cave or Graveyard Ledge, but he can route a north side Dark World loop in to check Catfish, and Wildlight I can check Grey Village as well as King's Tomb. Going back in Dark World here.
He's heading over to the dam. Wow, okay.
He's not
Deciding
going
to-
to do Swamp. He doesn't have the flippers, but he's at least going to read the hint here.
And it was just a joke hint.
Yeah, joke hints. They exist.
Sometimes even the normal hints are total.
Yeah, like we got in Eastern Palace, a heart piece requires a hook shot. That's not helpful at all, but sometimes garbage hints get rolled like that.
P-Train is gonna find his ice rod now though, so that event is disappeared from our other runner.
Meanwhile, Ed Team is hot on P-Train's footsteps. He's following this routing pretty well. Alright, so it's time for Helmwizard King. I believe it is 17 hammer swings to the mask. Or if you want to do it, 6 bombs.
Yep. I mean, it's gonna be a pretty quick phase too because of those silvers.
Yeah, silvers...
Kinda OP.
Yeah. I've heard that silvers... Oh wow, another sword upgrade actually was in the maze.
That is actually a pretty good find because we don't not have to do Master Sword again, which is pretty nice.
And I completely missed the medallion requirement for Misery Mars. Seems that maybe it was Quake.
Fire Rod!
What is this seed?
What's up with P-Train? Who did he pay to be able to get all of this information? I'm gobbled right now.
I'm gonna make a note to grab the seed before the room closes. I need to share this with other people that are not in this race.
Yeah, this one would be the one that you would throw up, give to new runners rather, who is not so much knowledgeable about Randomizer, and let them just practice. We saw a bomb jump from Michael K in pod as well there.
Yeah, that is a trick known as the hammer jump, and it is not as easy as it looks. It is actually double pixel perfect. Mushroom on the torch. You're in desert. And there is a duplicate hint there, but P-Train now has that information.
I must say that the fire rod was also very well placed because of he can just route in desert immediately. So right now we have I had two items which were very, very well placed with the lamp and the fire rod.
Big key there as well. Alright, so where's P-Train going?
He's going to open up the big key chest.
Meanwhile, Michael K gonna wrap up Palace of Darkness here. Ill's checking Skull Woods. Big chest, compass, Lamola's tab, and the other item if I was counting right.
Yeah, that's what I got as well, because the last chest on the right side was the map.
Oh, I was mistaken. That was not the hint for Pyramid Fair. That was the hint for the purple chest.
Yep.
I thought it was the same hint that we got on Spectacle Rock. My mistake.
And we can see how irritating those little turtles in pod can be when they also close together and it's not at the same side.
Yeah, those terrapins are kind of on the annoying side.
So, which one do you prefer when it comes to land molars? Do you prefer to use a fire rod or silver?
Silver's one-shots them, but you have to kind of time your shot a little bit better. Ice Rod and Fire Rod actually do the same damage. Matter of fact, I believe the Ice Rod is the dev's intended way of telling you about them, because after getting the boots, they tell you to go find the Ice Rod.
And a perfect fight from P-Train using those silvers. Very, very beautiful.
Alright. Almost looking down for Michael K. Illis with the gloves upgrade now has Titan's mitts. Etienne on his way to land moles as well, following behind P-Train's footsteps here. And yeah, no surprise.
We also had the best item in the randomizer from Lamolas, the Swagnet.
I mean, combined with the bottles he has, he can catch fairies, which is nice.
Yeah, lots of defensive possibility there.
We don't have the final piece of the quote-unquote trinity of those items, though. We don't have the magic powder to make anti-fairies into fairies.
With how the seed have been, I do not expect them to be far away.
Well, and with help they have, I'm surprised we haven't found a male upgrade.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that surprised me a lot. With just how much other defensive seed stuff you find, and not finding that yet. But we're gonna see P-Train finishing off Skullwoods now because of that fire source he found.
And keep in mind, P-Train has not been up to see the old man to get the flippers, or to Pod to get the lamp. And the sword there. So as we know it, Tempered is in play. Lamp is in play.
Kane of Samaria.
And King of Samaria is still MIA.
The hook shot as well.
So part of me is thinking Dive Pendant Hera?
Yeah, definitely. That's a really quick one.
There's two items.
Route it in. I'm suspecting that P-Train's gonna head there if this now is not to go to Pod after this.
Oh yeah, Michael K did find the blue mail. I didn't see that. Oh, and it must be in Pod because Illis also has it.
Yeah.
The dark blue bow is Tell on Cerno.
And P-Train defeats the boss that is probably the hardest one for new runners. Muff. And we find half magic as well. Wow.
So the other item is underneath the bridge here, so P-Train will make another dive in. I feel that P-Train is going to go to Death Mountain after this. He's got the Titan's mitts, he has the hammer, he has the mirror.
And he has a boost, so he can check the first chest in Hookshot Cave as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks up there.
There is the gate!
What is this nonsense? Seriously!
If this was an FPS, I would have accused P-Train right now for wall hacking.
Well, we've been witnessing this. This is pretty much... P-Train has just been god routing this. There's no other way to explain it. Following the logic like a champ. You know what? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he should go to Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, just gamble that the hookshot is there.
Well, not just the hookshot, but also the medallion is in Paradox Cave.
That actually is very, very true. With both of the fire swords being very well placed, we are gonna have to expect that one of the medallions is also very well placed as is. And we do see P-Train is heading up the mountain.
Yeah, this has just been textbook routing here from P-Train. This could easily be a sub-90 seed. He's gonna get his flippers here, which will put Skull Woods, or at least the front half of Swamp into play. It also puts Ice in Logic.
That would be a very big gamble if he starts to head
Oh,
over there.
ho, 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 ho.
You and I have right now the same thought. One of the medallions being held very deep into.
No, I
possibly
thought
the
of something.
hook shot.
I thought of something a lot worse.
Do tell.
We have the Titans, we have the lamp, knowledge of where the lamp is, we have the bow, the Titan's mitts, the flippers, like I said. We don't need the hook shot for Eastern, Hera, or Ice. And we don't need the medallions either for Eastern, Hera, or Ice. Any one of our required items at this point could be on pedestal, and it is available to our runners. They could go for it.
Very, very true. I can even see the book being on pedestal because they fixed the.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way to ruin a very good jet scene.
Well, it's been pretty much a straight shot for P-Train. There has to be some curve on the road or something to slow him down. Alright, 2 hints here at Hera. I do not blame him for making this dive whatsoever. Fairly small key. This is a relatively fast dungeon. Ether requires
a hammer. That could mean that Ether could be in Swamp.
That's a very strong possibility.
Or, if you want it to be really irritating, it could be in the cave at Turtle Rock. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh no!
P-Train getting stuck!
P-Train got soft locked. So, here's something we can tell from this. We can tell that Eastern Medallion is not required for Turtle Rock.
No. That is good, at least to hear.
Because the entire dungeon itself is hammer locked. Ah! I just looked at Michael K's screen.
What happened?
He did a mirror glitch to break the pallet.
It's not as broken as it was during another race in one of the Link to the Past randomized tournaments. I think it was Jethro. I don't remember who it was that broke the pallet here, but that one did not.
Alright, big key for P-Train. We'll see if we get any more items of information here. We haven't yet to find an item here in Hera. And really, P-Train's just clearing this dungeon to be safe, because it's a relatively fast dungeon. If you don't have to do tire room, that is.
We are gonna see Ilius doing the opposite of what P-Train did, and gonna do the top or the northern checks along with the. I need some water.
Our piece, and the other hint is a map and a shield is in the western wing of Swamp, so we don't have to go that or there.
That is a really good information. And P-Train fails the bomb jump, so he has to drop down 2 floors.
So while we have just a small reprieve here, although our team is fighting Helmsur King, but a small reprieve all the same. Shoutouts to Melee Wizard and Wurzag. I hope I pronounced that right. There are two trackers this evening. keeping those items up to date for you. Doing an excellent job thus far as we see the magic powder on Illis.
I said that one wasn't too far away.
I suppose you're right.
Moldon has the last item. And actually, one thing we did not think about, P-Train has not been over at Eastern area at all. So getting the green pennant here is actually super smart.
Yeah. Although I think he's going to stay on the mountain for the time being. Amber strats on Moldorm. Perfectly done.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the hammer has the same damage as the fire sword.
Yeah, tempered sword. It does that level of damage. And in Sword that's how you fight Ganon, but this is not a Sword of the Seed. Trust me, hammer silverless is not a fun thing. This is why hammer, even in Sword of the Seed, silvers are found in any difficulty you play.
Yeah. Yeah, swordless is just so fun to see generally.
Oh, that's
that looked like a single arrow on the island.
Was that a single arrow with a blue cane? That's all. I only saw the few pixels there. It was definitely a blue handle. And it seems we're getting some confirmation chat that Misery Mire was Quake. So that's one of the medallions we're keeping an eye out for.
That is quite a good hint. Quite a good one to know, because we know that we will find Quake eventually, basically, because of just being hammerlocked. There are not too many locations left. That is.
I mean, it's kind of a good thing Chad was an eagle eye there, because I missed it.
Yeah, me too.
That's you now with a tempered sword. The first star runners at that level. I stand corrected. Illis is also there.
So here comes a really cool trick that is only available in 1.0 of the Japanese game, where you can totally despawn blocks that is in front of you if you have them.
Yeah, don't do it in a dungeon though, it doesn't work.
Believe me, I have done that fail a few times when I started out doing randomizer.
Alright, money. 20 rupees. Heart piece. Looks like Paradise is gonna be a bust here. Yeah!
Unfortunately.
One of the rare times Paradox has nothing.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite places to go and look for items really early.
Well, maybe Super Money will have some differences here. And I like this routing that P-Train is doing here as well. He's not making a beeline up to the Turtle Rock entrance to check the medallion, because there's no point if he can't get in anyway. So what he's most likely going to do is check the top here, bonk over to the one bonkable chest in Hookshot Cave, and then maybe route in Spiral Cave. Although it doesn't look like he has enough health for that. Although I think he has a red potion, so he should be fine.
Yeah, the seed has been very generous to us with all the defensive items. He's first gonna go and check what the Turtle Rock is required though.
Do we need one medallion or two? We need
Bombo.
two. Bombos. So the one hit we got is completely useless.
I actually really like not seeing Quake there. No, actually, I hate that, because that means that that cave far back into Turtle Rock can be Quake.
Oh, P-Train's gonna get these chests because he's gonna hover to them. Clever, clever.
It feels like I'm walking on air.
Yeah, unfortunately misses it there. It's only worth going for like once or twice, otherwise you're losing time. Gets it to the first chest. 20 rupees. The red boomerang. And this gap's just a little too wide to bonk, so he's gonna attempt to hover it.
So
not
close.
quite. He's committed now. Well done. Only 3 bombs there.
And because of that semi-quit there, we know that there was nothing special up on the floating island. So, the pod area then. Or, yeah, actually, probably pod area. But first, we're gonna get with...
I'm actually thinking that P-Train ignores that region for the time being. I'm thinking Ice Palace is the more likely play. Less item density, but there are 3
very
hints.
possible that there's something good there. And yeah, the hint
3.
was really strong to get in this type of scene.
Now, I want to pay attention, make a note here. He just reset. He's kept his mushroom. He's saving it for the fake powder glitch, which is a smart play.
Very, very fun trick that you can do. Now he's heading over to the pod area. Probably want to turn in the pendant while he's.
I'm seeing someone explain open here. There is a difference now that it changes open significantly. Pretty much the most common open seed you have is open randomized swords, but with the changes you can have to the sword state, you can make it an open Uncle Assured and have a sword add Uncle for you, if you really want to. And Hera is not required at all, but a safe bet. But I'd say the trip was still worth it because it saves some time on Palace.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows that he doesn't have to go to the left side. Now, we know Pod here will yield him the lamp, but not much else.
I am thinking that it is going to be a hookshot that is hidden in Ice Palace at this point.
Well, that's what we hope. But if we find one of our 2 medallions, we could go in there and just have a whole other can of worms entirely.
Yeah. We actually not thought about one thing. Quake could as well be in Ice Palace because there are some hammer picks there. And that would open up Mystery Mire. Or maybe we get Bombos. Ooh, that cave from Etium.
Here's the thing. The hint we got was for Ether, not Bombos or Quake. So we don't actually have a hint for that.
So, that cave was a total bust. Ashen Bite, you have guessed perfectly. I am Swedish.
Alright, Etienne, where are you going? Well, Etienne's gonna be picking up his ice rod now, so everyone's gonna have that. So that means the only one without both rods is Michael K. Has not been over to the Mire Shed just yet.
We see Michael K. also decided to do the hover.
Yeah, we got a couple of hovers on the featured floor. That is actually kind of neat.
And Michael K forgot that you can't bonk there.
Oh, now this looks daunting. Starting a hover off an invisible platform.
That is not a fun one, to be said. We see Etium actually going with a red bomb here. He's probably gonna route in Catfish along with that.
There's the blue mail for P-Train.
Oh my god, we have a big gamble here from Michael K. He's heading over to Spy K.
Alright, let's see.
At the other Jet Seed that was early this week, Flute was in Spy Cave. There could very well be something very special in here.
Yeah, this is the one location P-Train abandoned on Death Mountain on his initial trip. Drinking the potion to heal up will have enough help to survive the rest of the trip. And at Spike K today, we have 20 rupees. So, P-Train dodges a bullet, but that one-off check might still lurk in his mind. Alright, P-Train gonna be looking to finish up pod here. Oh, I just thought of something kind of rude.
What is it?
Well, first off, Michael K is gonna be getting his fire right here. But, what if we had a French vanilla hook shot this whole time?
Oh.
There's literally only 2 chests it could be in. Because of the hint we know. It can only be in the compass chest or the map chest. So the odds are extremely low that it's the case, but if it's there, oof.
That would be so horrible to this beautiful seed we've seen so far.
I mean, it's either that or it's in Pendant Ice. I say Pendant Ice is still the much more valuable play because it's 3 items over the 2 that you know of at this point. And on top of that, you have 3 hints which can also tell you where you need to go.
Yeah.
Someone is asking in chat, is there going to be a new Link to the Past tournament in March or April? Not a main one. I have heard that there's going to be a minor tournament for spoiler open mode races.
If you want to know how that one works, you can come back here at 9 PM because then we have that exact category. But essentially, they are able to check the spoiler log 50 minutes before the race starts, so you can set up a good routing already before it even started.
Yeah, it's like kind of planning your trip across the country. You're just given the roadmap, you make notes of where you want to visit it, and get going.
It almost feels like that's exactly the type of seed that P-Train is playing right now.
It kind of does, yeah. And yeah, he's diving into Eastern Palace. We know that...
Otherwise, back to the tournaments here. After SEDQ, we are gonna see a tournament being set up. There have been so many tournaments lately on Speed Gaming when it comes to a Legend of Zelda Link to Past Randomizer. So after that, We also know that there is a new version in development, so that one is also probably gonna drop sometimes in the upcoming months or directly after Speed Gaming's, Summer Games Done Quick.
Yeah. If you want full details on that development, just go to the main Discord. There's a sort of like a dev section that you can read up on what's gonna happen in the future.
We do see a little bit of an interesting gamble here from P-Train, decided to clear out Eastern. With how the seed have been so far though, gaining all 3 pendants is not too actually a bad idea. We don't know what's on Almost Nice at the moment. I think it is an item there, so that could be Who's as well. Okay, according to P-Train's route here, he have found all of the items. No, he hasn't. He has not found the map yet. What's the map on the big key? Where the big key normally is?
I don't remember. I think it was actually on the Armos Knights. So
Okay.
P-Train might be thinking this is a pedestal seed, in which case, safe play.
This actually feels like a pedestal seed with how it's going right now.
Yeah, I think P-Train sniffed it out. We'll see if he's right though. Could just be our progressions in Pendant Swamp or Pendant Ice rather.
Yeah.
And yeah, silvers are kind of overpowered. You know, just a little bit.
A small bit.
Yeah, I think I was trying to lead into this. I've heard that the silver arrows deal 100 damage!
Yeah, I heard that as well.
And the only boss that does not have 100 HP is Vitreous, who has 128, and Ganon, who has, I think it's fixed that he takes, I think it's actually, he has 400 HP.
Isn't it fixed that they basically is that threshold where you either deal a total amount of damage or it's required to do 4 silver arrows? I don't know. I can have the wrong information there.
And P-Train is heading southward, it looks like. He might be thinking of checking the pyramid here. He knows the pyramid fairy is not required, but maybe something on the pyramid is.
We have not seen Catfish yet, right?
Yes. Catfish was a heart piece. I believe Michael K checked it and immediately noped out.
Oh, okay.
And I missed what was on pyramid, but P-Train didn't pick it up, so it must have been
a hot container.
Yeah, he's in a good amount of health right now. He isn't even worried about it.
And we see Ilios stepping into Ice Palette.
Alright, eyes on Illis right now. This could be where our progression lies.
This can be huge.
And also, I'm gonna get my notes ready. And Jokin to start off with an Ice Palace. Gets rid of a little bit of the value in this place. Featuring gonna mirror here.
He's smart. He's using the warp to get just outside of the Ice Palace.
Smart routing.
But first, he has Hobo. He has not sacked that one yet.
Yeah, he's trying to minimize his transitions. Alright, I looked away just for a brief moment. I did not see what Illis picked up.
It was nothing.
Okay. Alright.
As
I
it's
can-
looking right now, there are two ways this can either work. Either the small key is in the big key chest, or it's in the one before.
Well,
But that would mean that. Continue.
There's a hint right there. Second piece heart requires a green pendant.
That's gonna be irritating once the P-Train heads over there.
Oh, PJ already turned in the green pendant.
Yeah, exactly why I said that.
Alright. So, I think there is some sort of item logic in place here that makes the hookshot non-logic if you don't find a small key before dropping down. It's kind of weird. So, Il's going to start with the left side here, make sure that there's not a hookshot over here.
I'm sad that Ilius didn't do the stair clip there.
Staircase is fairly new. Small key, so this is not hookshot locked by any means.
That is a really good knowledge here. Okay, two chests here. Both the chests that is coming up now can have Quake.
Yeah, both of them can... Well, no, if we're going by the hint, this would be Ether.
Yeah, sorry.
But they could have Earthquake, could have Bombos, could have our big key.
That big key is actually very well placed because he's gonna get to that one very shortly after checking these two.
Yeah.
And
There's Ether. So, the hint has come to pass. That's our first item here, though. Two more left. Would it be funny if we had all three medallions here in Ice Palace?
That would be so evil. And I like it. But it's still, we have 100 rupees there. A third of a horde.
The
And
bow's
we
in
got
blind.
information about the bow. That's nice.
The bow we had at the start of the game.
And those are the yokes, the tiles that we said. They are not yoke tiles, but they're pretty close.
So, Illa's heading into Ice Tea Room here. Not the third item, so it's either on Big Chest or it's on Vitreous.
We are gonna see the bomb jump here from P-Train.
And it looks
Nice.
like... Did I say Vitreous again?
I always do this. I mix up Vitreous and Cold Stare. I'm sorry, guys.
I really need to learn my boss names and get them not mixed up.
We see
Cold
Idiom
Stare.
doing a bit of a gamble here, heading into Swamp Palace.
Alright, small key here. Actually, have we found the third item in the start entrance? Because we're missing a key.
We must have missed that then.
So yeah, this dungeon is Samaria locked.
Yeah, it is.
Wait! With all the information we've gained, there's only two options left. Either the hookshot is indeed in the first two chests in Swamp Palace,
I'm gonna laugh if Hookshot is in the big key chest.
or, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pedestal seed.
One of those two.
It is literally down to 3 locations. No, I was mistaken. There's the third item. It is the hookshot.
Oh my god.
I was not miscounting my keys. So I guess must have not picked up one of them under the pots, and that's what's throwing me off. Yeah, because he never went to the right side of the door. Okay, yeah, my count was off.
That is huge for both Ilius, Michael K, and super huge for P-Train. Ethereum kinda missed out here.
Now, here's the thing. Ped may not be dead yet, folks.
It can have one of the medallions, yeah.
And P-Train might check it just to be sure. We might still have a pedestal pull.
Yeah. He's probably gonna head into Swamp Palace first before doing that, though.
Bombs. So yeah.
There's nothing so far in Swamp Palace. That one needed to be a big key.
And even then,
For
only
anything
open.
special.
Yeah, and even only open one item. Alright, so Swamp now for Illis. We'll be able to go to the back, so gonna have eyes on him for the time being. I'm looking at my hint notes here. We've seen all the hints that are available to us, except for the one at Aga Tower, the one at Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, or the ones at Misery and Turtle Rock, rather, that are currently locked to us. And then there's just one just sitting over there in that little alcove where you find the Ice Rod in the Light World, but it's in the Dark World.
That is the most unchecked hint as well, though.
Yeah, you usually check that inverted, though, because of the mirror logic there. I call that hint Dark Ice Rod, because it's the same region.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the same entrance, but close enough.
Where did Ilius find Quake?
Wait. Did Ilius find Quake?
Yeah, apparently. Nope.
Oh.
Alright, Mel. Alright, right,
Tracker misclick. It happens.
It's fine, though. Don't worry about it. Do we know if Ilius saw the hint about left side of Swamp?
That hint was
I was asking if
in
Ilius
Hera 2, so yeah, he most likely saw that, considering he has the green pendant.
Yeah. Right then.
That is literally all the notes I've taken, is what each hint gave us what message.
Are we gonna have one of those seats where we see the big key on Argus or further back so that you have to enter Swamp again, though? That is right now what I'm looking at.
I will give Illis credit where credit is due. Has caught up to P-Train's insane advantage that he started with.
Yeah, he's caught right back up.
He's actually a little bit ahead of P-Train even.
Yeah.
And really, it's only because P-Train committed to doing the played for Eastern Palace. So here's the moment of truth here. 2 chests left. Is one of them one of our medallions? No. If it's not on Argus, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we have a ped seed confirmed.
Well, we have not found the big key yet, so it can still be in there if Argus has it.
Actually, no, Argus. It's either Argus has the big key or it's locked itself in the big chest.
Yes.
Either way, we're gonna get information.
We are not gonna see this zero setup here from Ilius when it comes to Argus, though.
And yeah, left side of Swamp is dead. The hint we had a map and the shield over there. which neither runner is going to be picking up.
Beautiful second phase for Ilios.
It is the gold sword! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pedestal seed confirmed!
Yes!
There is no other checks that I can physically think of that we have not seen yet. Hookshot Cave, we have hovered.
Seed.
I cannot... If there's a location we haven't checked yet, I do not know which one it is.
I can't think of any. P-Train probably just went straight past Ilios. He's not heading into DP. He is gonna check Pyramid and probably Catfish if they have not done that yet. P-Train has taken a lead once again.
Yeah, his routing has been super efficient. The hype train doesn't stop.
We should rename it to P-Train. Or, even better, the P in hype stands for P-Train.
Alright, Arg is going to be going down. P-Train will know where to go next. Now the question is, what is on the pedestal? We have 4 potential options here. We have the Bombos and the Quake Medallion, which is what we absolutely want to see, because it opens each dungeon respectively. We have the book, which will let the tablets be in logic, and it'll be a Paradox Seed, which is hilarious. Or it could be a shovel. And we had to dig up the medallion, or the book, just for some extra troll.
The book would be really funny to see there, actually.
And yes, we have seen the Mushroom Tournament. It is only a hard piece. We've seen pretty much every location I can physically think of.
Ilios is gonna go Spike Cave. Or has it been somewhere he has not checked yet? Perhaps he have not checked what is needed to enter Turtle Rock.
And yeah, folks, Bat was done by Etienne. Did not have any progression. And yeah, he smelled it out. P-Train found the play. Hey.
He cracked the case. And looking at what the other runners have, they need to head over to Eastern after this.
Yeah, P-Train's routing to avoid Eastern Palace early. Paid out in the end. And ladies and gentlemen, the pedestal tag contains the shovel! Master Shovel Seed! Are you serious?
This is such an amazing scene to see, ladies and gentlemen.
He is not happy about this.
Horrible to play, but amazing to spectate.
Sora 2K7, thank you for the bits.
Right now, I want to see the book from this dig.
I want to see the book too. Let's go. Let's just have it be a full fetch quest.
Do you want to do a fetch quest?
It's Quake!
P-Train, no, pick it up, P-Train.
Oh my goodness, even if we found the book, that was a mystery pedestal. Okay, I'm definitely gonna save the seed now. I'm gonna grab that.
Absolutely, I'm gonna go grab it as well. This is the seed of the ages, right here.
So P-Train is now entering Swamp, or not Swamp House, Misery Mire at 119 and change. Bombos could be in here, or it could be the book! This is insane!
I can't believe the seed.
I have got to share this with some of my friends. This is actually a really good one.
I would expect something out of the Plando tournaments. Would I expect
There's
this
Vamos! P-Train is now in go mode.
at 1 hour 20 minutes and 23 seconds.
Now, if the big key's here, that would be just perfect.
That is such a go mode. The Mario if I've ever seen one in this one. Come on.
Nope, gotta go
That's
big.
wrong kind of key, unfortunately. And we have not seen any hint about the firelock portion of Mitsui Mario, right?
Yeah, we have not seen a hint like that. Although I will admit that in one of the scenes I've seen, the hint for the firelock side of Misery Mire was above the big key chest in Misery Mire.
That is the most evil hint I've ever heard.
Like, it tells you halfway through checking committing to it.
There it
There's
is!
the big key. Wow. Alright. So V-Train just gonna go straight to the boss now.
I need to go take a shower after this. I'm getting so worked up of this.
Yeah, I might need to cool off myself. What a scene. I'm glad I joined this one.
Yeah, me too. And you like signed up at the last minute as well. You must be so happy.
Yeah, I was pinch hitting. Oh, had the block of and had to push it. It was kind of a weird placement.
That happens to me more often than not. Oh, we are gonna see the fancy strats here in Meyer.
And Illa's about to get the Master Shovel.
I don't know how this tech works here when it comes in Meyer. Do you know? So you can please explain.
I have no idea how Spooky Ash Glitch works. It's something to do with setting coordinates in the game. Like, it's a layer issue that you can manipulate, if you know how. And yeah, there goes Vitreous. Absolutely melted by the silver arrows. There is a reason why he's normally Super Bomb crystals.
I'm a little bit surprised that we did not see any frustrating slashes from Ilios after he picked up that quake. I've not seen that tech there that Etium used there to repeatedly hit the dead rock so that he could move out of the way so that it did not block.
Yeah, Dead Rocks still have some invulnerability when they're hit, as far as I'm aware. Alright, it's time for Turtle Rock for P-Train. Illis is right behind him, though. But easy lead here. And P-Train, folks, just so you're aware, because we do have like another 20 runners or so off stream.
Only one of them has forfeited. That's Boss Godfrey, from what I've seen.
I wasn't going to mention that, but yeah. But no one has finished is more important here.
I am not surprised by that at all.
Super, yes, something was on pedestal. It was the Master Shovel, which you had to dig up your Quake medallion.
And Ilios is now in go mode as well at 1 hour 24 minutes and 39 seconds.
But yeah, usually I announce the overall win of the race if it's significant. But at this point, it looks like P-Train is going to be that winner.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I usually don't announce it if it's really close. Like one of our feature 4 is about to, say fight Moldorm 2. I try to be somewhat respectful in that regard to keep the hype going.
Yeah. There's the blue cane.
I mean, hey, that's invincibility for Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
So I guess that was a single arrow up there on the floating island.
And we saw a few frustration slashes there from P-Train because he was not able to buffer the quick hook shot after shooting that fire rod shot. Double key here as well. That's actually really good to see because then he could possibly maybe skip the Chain Swamp success. However, if there's a big key there, then he will be screwed by that so hard.
Yeah. He'll know it's a vanilla big key if he doesn't get the big key right here on the Chain Chomps. There it is. He can skip if the big key chest.
That's nice. He probably want to pick up the small key on from the room before still. There have been a few seats which have had a really nice turtle rock where you got the small key before heading to Laser Bridge. Let's hope for that today. At this moment though, I am sad about one thing. With how this seed had been, it have not been an all dungeons one. The fact about that makes me a bit sad.
Well, when the Lamp and Dark World, it pretty much forced Dagon to be off the table.
Yeah.
Now, for those who missed it, the lamp was actually in the basement of Piles of Darkness.
That is such a well-placed item, but I still hate that so much.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Illus now with Crystal 6. Oh, and it is...
He's gonna have to do Laser Bridge.
Yep. Thankfully, like we just mentioned not even a few minutes ago, as the Cane of Burnus, so it's in logic.
Yeah.
Etienne pulling the pedestal and now receiving his Master Shovel.
I just love that nickname.
I don't remember where I heard it though, but it's kind of catchy.
Yeah. Wow, that is an amazing found there from P-Train.
Yeah,
the first test.
Alright, folks. This is the final crystal, and... well, once this boss falls, it's time for a game, isn't it?
Yes, where is that big key in Ganon's tower? After these bosses fall down, guess between 1 and 22. With how the seed had been, I would not put it past that it would be a tile room today.
Kind of a middle of the pack seed, actually. I feel it's going to be over in the map chest, actually, the double firebar room. And this is just for fun, folks, as a reminder. There's no leaderboards or anything. You're just playing for fun.
I am gonna say though that I'm gonna guess random room, so number 15 for me.
Given traditional go right first and left routing, it should be number 12 for me. Alright, folks, let the guesses fly.
If anyone gets right, they will get a shout out and a virtual high five from us. But only if you're the first one. We are seeing a few 22s in chat.
If it's tile room, I'm just... That'll be like the second daily race I've commented in a row in which you didn't have the trifecta pet agatile.
P-Train is doing left side first.
Green potion.
That is actually quite a nice one to find. They have half magic, so they might not necessarily need this, but just having it is really...
Wow, that is an interesting guess in chat someone to put in. 22, but it's not tile room.
Oh, that is a very bold statement. Number 2. There's the book!
Haha! I was wondering where that showed up.
Yeah.
Oh! Do we have some Dark Magician strats going on here?
This is not so... It's gonna be nice.
Let's see what we got here in the Hope Room.
Number 6. Number 7.
He's going full Dark Magician! Well, actually, no, he's going like a partial Dark Magician. Full Dark Magician would have him ignore Random Room completely.
Yeah.
He goes straight to Armos from here. We'll see if he does that.
Why not? So far, P-Train has read this seed perfectly, so I will not put it past him if he does that and find it.
Alright.
Number 8, number 9, number 10.
10. 11. Now, if he mirrors here, he's going to go back to left side.
He's not!
He is going the full Dark Magician, folks. What a trooper.
He is more trooper than Iron Maiden at this point.
Vitreous down for Etienne. Illis on his way to Trinex. Medical Cave following in short suit. Getting through Misery Mire.
Oh, PJ want to be nice to Bob.
Yeah, just let him free. Although Bob has already been transformed back to his normal anti-fairy self. Alright, Ice Armos.
What do we call him then? Would we call him Mob then instead?
I don't think the regular anti-fairy gets a special name. It's just Bob because he's a glitched anti-fairy.
Where's the fun in that?
I don't know. Alright. 12. 13 Fire Shield. 14 Bombs. It was not a Dark Magician seed today, folks. It's somewhere on left side.
Or Tile Room.
Tile Room as well could be an option. But let's see. The next chest that
was 15. We forgot to count Bob.
Ah, that's right. So the next chest we'll check was chest 16, which was my guess, because I guessed for this chest coming up.
Mine disappeared with that stupid almost night. We had some very high guesses from a few of the SAT members.
Oh, I'm out. That was the chest I called. So it's either in random room or it's in tile room.
I said
Oh,
before,
no, wait, the
I
fire
would not. Yeah, I would not hold it against DC to have the tile room. I did say that before. Why did I stick with it?
Well, Ills is about to enter Gan's tower. Maybe feels a little behind. Small key here. Ooh.
5, 6 left.
Yep, it's not here in the rando room. It is a tile room seed.
P-Train doing a few lucky humps there.
All right, the 4 chests. Piece of heart. There's the big key.
Jeez.
Get some more ammunition and a little bit more cash, and on the way he goes. So that would have been 19.
Yes, it will be. I'm gonna check who said that. I'm pretty sure I saw someone guess it. So, the winner is the Shane Nerd, who was the first one to guess right. You get a virtual high five. I can't actually do it because I have push to talk. And a little bit of a shout out as well to Deathstar175, who also gets right, but he was not first.
Alright, so onwards and upwards to the gauntlet. Nothing but combat going forward in execution.
Oh, I love this from P-Train as well, using that ether to remove these ones pretty quick.
Yeah. Fastest medallion and instant kills the skeletons. It is a little bit slower if you don't move optimally, but it's a lot faster than chasing them around all over the place on that ice and treadmill.
I have done that so many times.
Nice hit from that Stalfos, too.
Yeah, the Stalfos being real nice to him.
The Zazak, on the other hand.
We actually see Ilius doing what looked to be Dark Magician as well.
I don't think so. I think they went full right.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, notice that he doesn't have the book.
Yeah, that's right. I must say, the first time I saw these two robes rooms here, I was so
No, he has the
impressed.
book. My mistake. He has done Dark Magician.
Alright. Does he? I don't see it on his tracker.
I saw it in his menu.
Ah, okay. Now, there we have it. P-Train actually starting to get a little bit low on health.
Yeah. Thankfully, the amount of health he has is fine. If he really wants to, he can set up a fake powder immediately following the next room. And then he can get a full heal that way.
He did pick up the green potion, so he could very well do that.
Yeah, just has to burn all his magic in this room.
No, he has a red potion, alright.
That works too.
He decided to do it the boring way.
Yeah. And this is so close to the end right now, I am not going to announce an overall finisher if one comes in just before P-Train does.
Yeah, me too.
If it was a significantly difference, then maybe. But no, as far as we know, P-Train is the leader at this point. Let's not spoil the surprise to see if he actually is.
Oh, he decided not to do hover here. His fingers are tired.
Oh, he didn't even think to do the block clip here. He really is tired, I think.
So, time for your geometry wizard, or what I like to call him, geometry teaser. That is not a good setup to get a triple. Only
Nope,
get the
only a
single.
This is not a good location either.
Was able to get the double though. Another single.
Yeah, another single. Wasn't gonna get a triple there.
Okay, quite like this one though.
There we go.
That was a triple possibility if you would have missed one.
Alright, P-Train. It is now time for him to fight the pig. And the song reference, I don't know the name of the song.
Minute. But this is the goal sword again, and that means that it's 12 hits for each phase.
Yeah. Is it 12 or just 6? I don't remember. Regardless, it's really fast, so he's already in phase 3.
Yeah. Alright, it is 6. I'm getting confirmation from chat.
Yeah, it's 12 for butter, or tempered if you're not doing spins. Alright, phase 3 done. Now it's time for the darkness technique. Keep the dice on. Hit Ganon with some silvers. 4 will do it.
We got the double for the first one.
Excellent positioning there. Gonna get a double here, and that'll be GG for P-Train.
He did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for P-Train. Is he the winner? He is going to be the winner of the region, but is he the winner of the race? I will tell you all in just a couple of seconds when we get him to officially cross the threshold and give you his time. And P-Train is indeed first on the region, but third overall in this race. Great time, though. 1 hour, 43 minutes flat. The two people that beat him were Stogietown in first with a time of 1:41.07, and Asder finished in second with 1:41.38.
Those are some amazing times to get here. With this seed, all of those 3 times here is incredible. Oh my god, I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
It's not done for me. Alright, so we will be getting P-Train in here for an interview.
And we have our 4th place finisher from Dracarius with a time of 1 hour, 44 minutes and 21 seconds.
Oh, it only says 1:41.10 on the timers on the screen. Oh well, no big deal. And we are now joined by P-Train. GG's to you. Let me just start by saying that opening of yours was godly. Not being led astray by the bow right off and just finding all of that progression right at the start. Well done.
Yeah, the other 3 runners got baited and went to Eastern.
Yeah, I was actually worried about that play for the longest. I felt like I went to Death Mountain prematurely. I put off Death Mountain for a very long time. But, I don't know. Going up there, number 1, without the hook shot, so I had to cover up. I had to hover hook shot cave. Before making that call, I really should have checked the mushroom spot and at least Sahasrara. I just wasn't thinking. And cleared hair, I actually thinking it was a crystal. It wasn't until I got to the basement the second time, because I locked myself on the switch pegs. And then when I went down, I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, this is pendant music. Oh crap, this is a pendant dungeon, and I'm doing the Hera basement. So I actually felt a little silly being in Hera, but then I thought, you know, the longer I went looking for items, that I actually gambled on it being a pedestal scene. So I'm like, that's the only way I'm going to redeem myself for doing Hera.
And
There's
what
nothing there.
what an amazing read from you.
Yeah, this was a pedestal seat to remember. It was the
Oh, yeah.
shovel.
The
And book was
Master
easy,
Shovel.
So you weren't getting any heads up on this.
Oh,
I actually so much wanted to see the dig spot given the book.
Well, there were still 4 hints unaccounted for. We never saw the one over at the Ice Rod Alcove in the Dark World. We never saw the one in Mizumaya or Turtle Rock, and we never saw the one in Naga Tower. Not you had any reason to go get those hints, to mind you.
Yeah, I mean, really I think the only thing I left on the map that I could have done was Graveyard Ledge, and I left an item in Eastern. I gambled on Armos having an item, and it didn't. I was a little bit upset about that, especially when you're pulling head, and then you pull the shovel. It's like you start to feel worse and worse. And then when I dug up Quake, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we didn't get confirmation on what was on Graveyard Ledge, and that was the magic powder.
Oh, that would have been nice. At the same time, it is a little bit more bait, you know, like things to check. I kept the mushroom just in case, but I never ended up going over there to do the fake powder.
And ladies and gentlemen, get your GZ in chat for Illis. Has defeated Ganon as well on the restream. We'll get you that official time here in just a little bit, along with everyone else that has come before. And that time is 8th place with a time of 1:47.27. Bonta in 5th with 1:44.57. Feneg 1:45.02. And Hitsuyan 1:33.7. 7th place with 1:47.10. And coming in just after Illis, and with a time of 1:47.31, is Frostbite 30:30.
I know that the general rule is that when it's 3 seconds, you call a tie. This time it's 4 seconds. I'm still calling a tie on that, so.
In the main tournament, actually, it was 2 seconds for a tie. But yeah, GG's to Illis. We'll see if he wants to come in for an interview here. PJ, in the meantime, what did you actually think about this seed as a whole? Was there anything there that kind of irked you?
Let's see where to start. I don't know. I mean, ultimately, I think pedestal like that was a really hard call because you had to do the basement of Hera to even get in Hera. So I'm like, if it were me, if I had realized that Hera was a pendant, I likely would have checked the basement, the map chest, and then mirrored out. I probably wouldn't have done the basement, gone up, killed Moldorm. So that was a thing. I was debating on diving swamp before diving ice, so I felt like going to ice looking for hookshot, like that's a crazy play. Especially if you're newer to the game and you're not familiar with the Ice Palace mob jumps. That ends up being quite the deal because I think this was actually one of those scenes where I think logic required you to mirror back to the front, so you could go back and do the right side of Eastern, or the right side of ice. I'm not 100% sure on that, but because I know the big key was on the right side.
There was a small key in the freezer room, so all you had to do was go back upstairs and then go across the hallway again.
Yeah, so just little things like that. This seed was bait all over it, honestly. Like it was really hard to make good calls in the seed. I think ultimately what worked out to my advantage was I hunted the seed, with the exception of Eastern and Graveyard Ledge, which arguably were mistakes, but it worked out for me this seed.
Yeah, and once again, your opening so perfect because you found the hammer, you found everything else, and we are now joined by Illis. GG's to you.
GG.
So we were just mentioning to P-Train that his opening was so great. While you and the others went to Eastern Palace. He went to South Shore and Egina first and found the hammer, and then went all the way over to Ice Arcade. He found the gloves. Then went over to get the flipper. Went over to fake flipper to Zora, got the flute. It was just on point. That was literally the route to take.
Yeah, we were wondering if he somehow got the spoiler log beforehand.
The spoiler log races later tonight, not today, or this afternoon.
I'm a huge fan of early Agina. If it doesn't take that long to check, especially when you get boots, even if I didn't have boots, I'm a big fan of that play. Especially since I got boots, it's a very quick check. If there's ever an Aga seed, you'll be glad that you checked Agina. So I really like. I've done it a couple seeds and I really enjoy the play.
Yeah, and you do also get a lot of knowledge about Graveyard Ledge.
So, Illis, what did you think of this seed here? Talk us through your thoughts.
I think this seed was pretty fun. You had the boots early, so you could get your checks done quickly, and I had kind of a read, especially when I went to Ice Palace, that yeah, this is probably a pet seed, but I was overly careful and still cleared everything.
Yeah, it looked for a while there that you would actually have pulled ahead of P-Train there, but at the time, P-Train only had... This was actually P-Train's last pendant dungeon when you both were in ice. So his running ended up giving him a little bit more time advantage, despite it being a mistake to dive Hera initially.
Oh, yeah, I can kind of see where I lost time. I don't really mind though.
Michael K somehow upset the camera in the first room of the gauntlet.
Yeah, he's doing a special trick here, which is going to clip the mimics off screen so that they just, don't exist and the doors just open.
I have not seen that before.
It's allowed.
It's a really neat trick. To finish my thoughts, I really regret my GT routing. I felt behind some people that would obviously be a bit faster, so I went for the Dark Magician's strat, and of course the big key was in Rando Room.
I did the exact same.
That always happens.
Which usually I do the edited GT, or the edited Dark Magician rather, where you do Stalfos, you go to Stalfos room, mirror, you do right side, mirror, and then start back with a Firebar room. This time I went full Dark Magician, which just didn't work out.
I'm not a big fan of that one, except if I feel really ahead, which I clearly felt not, because I 100% cleared that seed. So there's that.
And Etium have now defeated Ganon as well.
Yeah, get your GGs in chat for ATM now. Third on the restream, and we've got a whole bunch of times to read off. Gem and Thames, 149.42. Minoki, 11, 143.35. Slowpoke, 12, 151.41. Kareed, 13, 153.43. And Etium finished in 14th place on the official SRL time of 153.54.
And also one thing while you guys were talking, Michael K decided to do a little bit of hover just before that for the red skeleton group.
Alright, we'll see if Etienne wants to
extra
interview.
swag. But this was as close as 100% seed as possible, because the only item we didn't get was the cape. We found out really early that was on Lumberjack.
Yeah, I can imagine other runners checking it as well with those early boots.
Yeah, the boots were early. It's just this race is just so interesting, really. Lots of diversions, lots of routes converging at the same time. It was just overall a really great race to watch. And to the point in which me and my co-com actually just saved the seed so that we could share it. This is what to share.
And we have
Actually,
ATM
I
now
love-
joining us.
Hey,
GG's to you, Etienne. Hopefully you enjoyed this seed. It was
That was
definitely a
a-
blast. It was definitely a blast to watch.
this must have been a fun seed to watch. I was flying through for the first half of it. I had 4 crystals, I think less than an hour in, and then yeah, hit the bottleneck.
Yeah, if not to say anything to you, but yeah, you were kind of, I think, following P-Train's footsteps a little bit when you started your Dark World routing. But P-Train found the God Opener line here with going to Aegina early and then going straight to Ice Rod Cave and then fake flipping from there to Zora, which, as you know, that gave him the hammer, the glove, and the flute respectively.
I thought I did that pretty early as well. Maybe not quite as early as him, I don't know.
He ignored Eastern. That's how early it was.
I had hammer before Mini Boulder Cave.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I went straight to the dam and then straight to Aegina.
Well, that's what I was saying. He didn't go to Eastern area at all until much later. He actually just went straight for the dam as soon as he was done with his Kakariko checks.
Oh,
So, Michael
Oh,
K
that's
here,
right,
using
yeah.
the swag net.
Yeah, with
This
the
is,
early hammer, like one thing that really worked out nice for me is I felt like I got the hammer super early, and with early boots, I felt comfortable routing the seed a bit more conservatively. Like when I got Mirror and Stumpy, I immediately went back to do the blacksmith chain. If I felt maybe a little bit more behind, I might not have done that. But the conservative routing, I think, really worked out for the seed because it allowed you to, like, more easily discern, like, oh, this is a ped seed.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, I was not that conservative in the mid game because it went pretty quickly, and so could skip some checks. But in the end, it was a full clear seed anyway. So
I think I cleared basically everything outside of Death Mountain before I went to Death Mountain for the first time.
Yeah, I think all I needed was hookshot and medallions at like 45 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah, well, I still needed flippers because I hadn't gone to Lost Man or Old Man, but yeah, I think other than that, it was kind of the same. There's been, I don't know about you guys, but I've been having an awful lot of ped seeds lately. I had
Yeah.
one like yesterday or 2 days ago. No, yesterday I had one with the flute on the ped.
And there was the one I saw on Monday that had Ice Rod on Fed.
Yeah, there was another daily with ped not too long ago, from what I hear.
overall, I think I have an above average ratio of pet seeds, but recently it hasn't been that often the case for me, at least.
I've had 4 of them in the last, I don't know, last few weeks, which sometimes I'll go like months without a single ped seed, and then lately I've
Hotspots
just
fixed,
had a
by
whole
the
bunch
way.
of them. Yeah.
We also had one the other day where we saw flute in Spike Cave.
I think this is the first time I've actually had a required fetch quest on the ped. So that must have been really fun for chat.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah,
were
we
worried
had
for a
so
second that
much
was the
fun with
book.
And the book was in GT, so you couldn't even check it.
Yeah.
Chat must have had so much fun with this.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in the chat for the last of our featured 4. Michael K has now defeated Ganon. One finisher separating between him. That was in 15th place, 154.16. Michael K officially finished in 16th place with a time of 159.49 and got a PB. So GG's and congratulations to that as well, as I believe he's already in the call with us.
Well, I got the PB because I never play with Uncle Shirt, so yeah.
Well, GG's
By
you.
12.5 minutes.
So, what did you think of the seed, Michael K?
Of course, boots early, pedestal required.
Pedestal required, and there was a fetch quest on top of that.
Hey, at least we didn't have folks to check that early on.
I was kind of worried that it might have been the 2 or 3 situation again, in which it was tile room, but no, it was just left side IGT.
I think this is definitely my best time in a pedestal seed.
I had a better time already with like
I've
150.
I've had like 138 to 140 or so pet seeds. It's all possible if it's nice enough.
Yeah, especially if you have book early and can check it. It's always nice.
Yeah, I'm sure there were like places here and there I could have saved time. Like I dipped Eastern early and that turned up nothing, and then I had to go back there anyway.
Yeah, same. Thought about finishing it, but no, it's pendant.
Yeah,
Can't be required.
that early it's not a good call. I'm not a big fan of early pendant Eastern, but I figured that I'd do it. Of course, it was nothing after all. As always, if I skip it, then it has something, and if I do it, then it has nothing.
If you skip it, it has like Ice Rod, Fire Rod, and the Kingdom of Mario. Like,
Boots.
wait, we already
It
had
always
the
has
boots.
boots when I skip it.
Yeah, I only went there because I got the bow.
Yeah, I made that call as well because of the bow.
And also, I mean, there just wasn't too many locations left anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael. Okay, out of you guys, only P-Train did not went to Eastern directly after Kakariko. He went to Agina now first, then did South Shore, fake flippered up to Sora, so he got a lot big, strong lead early because of that.
Yeah, we've said it several times now, but it felt like he pretty much got routed the opening.
Yeah, well, if you skip Eastern, there's a lot of time that you can gain early on just because of.
And I assume you didn't read the hints at Hera, Michael K?
I read the first hint early on, but the second hint I skipped because I did not do Tower of Hera for the most.
Well, the second hint said what was on left side swamp, so we'll just say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I read it when I came back for the pendant.
But yeah, the GG's to all 4 of you. Any final thoughts on the seed in general before we wrap up?
I don't mind ped seeds as long as you get early boots. That makes it fun.
I don't mind pet seeds as long as everyone gets equally screwed.
I like any seed as long as we get boots.
I think the general consensus is the boots being right at the start of the seed made this just really enjoyable and not at all feel like a trolley seed.
Yeah, kind of. Though I would say that my boots movement is not as optimized as I wish it would be. So I think I'm better at seeds that don't have boots, and I'd rather not find them.
I know I am better without boots, but I just like to dash around.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I imagine you're looking forward to V31, where they're going to have that beatable only mode. So
I don't think I will ever play that.
You could have like boots in the library or something like that.
I boots Lumberjack, and still Lumberjack I got one for Dark Wood required.
That would be quite a troll.
Well, GG's to all 4 of you. What a great race to see here. Etienne, Michael K, Illis, Speedtrain, thank you for the show. Make sure to give all 4 of these runners a follow here. They put on an excellent race for us today. Also, make sure to give Aang here, my co-com, a follow, as well as Melee Wizard and I forget the name, Wurzag, a follow as well. Also, we are, of course, on Speed Gaming too. Make sure to follow Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming's 2 through 6 a follow as well. So for any sort of daily race or even just any sort of race you want to see in general. There's Zelda 1, there's some Messenger I saw. Oh, there's some Portal. Lots of variety here. And of course, if you're more comfortable speaking in or at least listening to language that's you're more fluent in, like Spanish, French, or German, or even Portuguese. We offer commentary restreams in those languages for you. They are Speak Gaming Espanol, Speak Gaming Dutch, Speak Gaming Francais, and I don't know how to pronounce the other one. I'm sorry. But with that all being
Especially if you are French speaking, if you head over to the Speaking in French. So right now there's a tournament that's going on for the French community. And of course there's also the 9 p.m. race later on with the spoiler open.
Yes. But with that being said and done, that's all going to do it for us here. So from all of us at A Link to the Past Randomizer, I have been Wolflink0370, and we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye guys.